Right now in Michigan's Democrat and Republican primaries, it is the final state to weigh in on potential nominees ahead of next week's Super Tuesday contests. The race is viewed as a major test of support for both Democrats and Republicans. President Biden faces a major challenge, not from another candidate, but from a possible protest vote over his response to the war in Gaza. In the Republican race, former President Donald Trump is expected to dominate his only remaining challenger, Nikki Haley. CBS News campaign reporter Aaron Navarro is joining us outside a polling location in Dearborn. Aaron, always good to see you. What are you hearing from voters on the ground about what they're motivated by as they cast their ballots today?
Hi, Nancy. Good to be with you. I've been here since last Thursday, and just from talking to voters, both at Republican, Democrat, and I guess more progressive events, I'm definitely getting the most energy from those that are voting uncommitted. As you mentioned, it's sort of a way to cast a protest vote against President Biden and his handling in response to the Israel-Hamas war. And that really has seemed to be the emergence of that movement in the weeks leading up to this primary. But it is important to note that Michigan does have extensive early ballot, mail ballot laws, and that more than 1 million people have already cast their ballots before today, Election Day.
I want to go back to a point we were talking about earlier. Many Muslim and Arab American Democrats in Michigan, they have been outspoken about not supporting Biden in the primary because of how he has handled the conflict in Gaza. So what can you tell us about what those protest efforts look like today?
Well, the group Listen to Michigan, that's the primary organization that's been pushing the uncommitted movement, the vote uncommitted movement. They set the mark of 10,000 votes that they would like to see. That's the margin that Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump to in 2016 here in Michigan. And it's a way to kind of show that you can't take the Arab American, the Middle Eastern vote for granted. It's a message to President Biden. But one other thing to note is the group is expecting their numbers, the raw vote totals, to be coming in closer to 930. They say that most of the people voting uncommitted are going to be voting today or in the days before today. So that will be counted last.
We have seen how crucial Michigan is. It's a very important swing state. So how could what happens there today set the stage in the future for the general election?
That's right. While the vote uncommitted number is not expected to beat President Biden in any way, it's a sign to see how many Democrats are at stake for him to lose, especially when you look at a state like Michigan, where it is such a slim margin in the polling and just in past results in the presidential, especially between former President Trump, who's expected to win the Republican primary, and President Biden, who's expected to win the Democratic primary. So how much that uncommitted vote will be could also tell us just how many Democrats Biden has to convince over the next couple months to stay with him and keep this race tight or win the state against Trump in November.
Aaron Navarro, thank you. And we will be covering the race in Michigan and its implications more. That'll be later today on America Decides. It begins at 5 p.m. Eastern.